A Webster's dictionary of brokenness is a breach or a fracture, a sudden move, to split, to come apart, to become inoperable, to sever relations and to violate the terms of a contract. My definition of brokenness is shattered, scared, unable to move, unable to function, unable to take another step. When things are broken, the first thing we try to do is try to figure out how to fix it. And that's how hard you can do that with glass, with glue and tape and things like that. But when it comes to relationships, you can't do that. You can't control what the other person is thinking, what their plans are. You can only do to recover from divorce what you can do for yourself. You cannot help that other person make the right decision. They will ultimately do what they want. But God is faithful, and God allows people to come into our lives that will help us through those times. The church several years ago had Purpose-Driven Life series we did through the church as a body. The organization of that was that people would be connected by mileage. So many people in this circle would be with them with miles of one another. In my group, it was obviously God, because a friend of mine she was in my group. She was 15 miles out of the 5-mile circle, out of 5-mile radius that it was planned. She knew what I was going through. She had been there herself. She stepped out of her comfort zone to help me. She shared with me her time. She willingly gave up every Sunday afternoon for weeks to encourage me, to lift me up, to feed me, to give me time to rest. She gave up her pain. She opened up her heart to tell me that it's okay the way you're feeling. That's part of the deal. That's part of the package. That's all right to feel this way. She shared scriptures with me. She encouraged my memorization of the Word. It was through all of that, all of those things that she did on her own willingly, because she knew where I was at and she had been there and she wanted to help me through that. And it was because of her willingness to be used by God that now there is healing in my life. There is restoration in my life. And I can move now. I can function. I can go on. I have gone on. But we have to be willing to help those who are going through divorce. In order to receive the help that we want to give to you, we have to come out of our comfort zone to help you, as you have to come out of yours to receive it from us. We've all gone through divorce in new beginnings. We all know the pain and the hurt, the anger, the frustration. We know all of these things, but we all also know the healing that God can bring through His Word, through the love of others, of committed believers who will pray for you, who will encourage you, who will stand beside you during the most difficult time of your life. Another thing I want to point out is the accountability of your Christian friends and your people that are walking through this with you. I work in a factory, so in fact, where I work, there are not very many Christians at all. There are not very many people that believe the way we believe. They're obedient to God. And they're like, 3 months into my separation, people were saying, "Oh, are you seeing someone?" And you can't do that. You can't, I had to be held accountable. I'm a Christian. I have to be held accountable for my actions, regardless of what was going on in my life. And people like that don't hold you to any accountability. But your Christian friends, your people that walk with you through this, hold you accountable. And we need that. We need to, it keeps us current. It keeps us truthful. It keeps us obedient to God's Word. Because it's so easy to fall by the wayside if you listen to the world. And when you have accountable partners, you have accountability buddies, then that's not going to happen, and you're going to be strengthened, and they're going to be strengthened, and you're both going to be encouraged. And friendships and relationships will come out of that through what has been actually the worst situation in a person's life, to go through an unexpected, unplanned, unwanted divorce, and yet come out with solid, committed, accountability friends.